sold a guy into our coaching program that's never bought anything from me ever. And then one night we had a couples night. And he came with his wife. And because he came with his wife, he was exposed to some of the coaching. And I kept just pumping out products. He wouldn't buy any of them. Wouldn't buy this, wouldn't buy that, wouldn't buy this, wouldn't buy that. And then I finally came out with a product. He's like, I want that one. That would have never happened if we wouldn't have had the couples event. I've done kids events where the parents come and then the parents get exposed to things. I've done health events where people come for the health but they get the coaching. I've done coaching events where people come and get the health. I want people coming in the doors all the time. I don't care how they come in. There is no wasted event. Okay, now I went all the way to Jackson Hole, Wyoming last week to speak to 15 people. And they paid me well to speak. But then I spent an extra day with a small group of people. And you say, well, that was kind of a waste of time. And then they said, well, let's go to dinner, Coach. I said, well, let's go to dinner. And I spent a little bit more time with them. I was tired. I was worn out. But I went to dinner with these guys and I kept talking. And we just kept exchanging energy. And one dude said, now you're going to Coach Burt's coaching summit here next week, right? It's $5,000 per person. He said, tell you what, I'll pay for yours, and I'll pay for yours, and I'll pay for yours. Pay for all three of you dudes if y'all want to go Coach Burt's next week. This dude over here says, how much is your coaching program? I said, he said, can I sign up online right now? I said, boom, 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 boom. Next thing you know is a $20,000 dinner, Mike Brooks. And they paid for my dinner too. Wasn't that sweet? Now here's the deal. You say you went all the way to Jackson Hole for 15 people? No, I went all the way to Jackson Hole for $25,000 plus what they paid me to speak. Everybody see that? Becoming known is if somebody calls you and says, will you do something for 10 people? Your answer needs to be what? You better believe I will. The key to the many is to the one. Winning one person over. One of the biggest coaching contracts I ever signed, 2 people showed up one night. Just 2 people. And I went for 2.5 hours. And one of them was a CEO of a $40 million company. And on the break, she said, you're exactly what I've been looking for. We signed a 4-year, $450,000 contract. What if I would have canceled that workshop because there's only 2 people there? Everybody see that? Okay. T.D. Jakes said, I never set out to be famous, I set out to be effective. And the more effective I became, the more famous I became. See, what you don't know about him is he taught in a small church with 100 people for 10 years. 10 years. Working the muscle, getting better. Then he went to Dallas and started Potter's House. Right? You want to see somebody communicate? Go there and watch him lead a sermon on Sunday morning. It'll just shake you. He's that good. I mean, it was amazing. My point is, when you become known to a few people, boom. Right? We were out at the lodge today, cleaning the lodge. It's beautiful. And my wife used to have this old beat-up Ford Explorer. And she never would wash it or take care of it because it was beat up and had dents in it. And she told me one day that God told her, said, I'm not going to give you anything better if you don't take care of what you got. Right? And she's out there at this beautiful lodge, 8,000 square foot. She said, I'm not going to give you more. That's the voice you hear. I'm not going to give you more until you take care of this little thing. She never would take care of it. You don't get more opportunity until you do what? You be good with what you got right here. Okay? Some of you don't think like that. Okay? Now, always have an offer ready to take action on. So here's our concept. I'm going to give an example. This is how I become known in the world. Always have an offer, strategic partnership, constant introductions of new people. Be remarkable. When you get there, you got to be good. So I'm going to give you an example of some things that we do. Okay, let me see if I can get to it. These are tactics. We call this the showcase. And if you said to me, what's the number one thing I can do to grow my business? I would tell you, you need to create more showcase events. And a showcase is exactly what it says. It is the ability to showcase your talent. Does everybody see that? It's the ability for somebody to taste the good. So here's 3 examples of 3 things of what I would call a showcase event. One, tonight, the S.O.S. I just had an idea one Friday afternoon. Man, I need to help small business owners. I'm tired of seeing small business owners get crushed in the United States. I'm tired. I got to help them. I got to give them tactic. I got to give them mindset. So I said, man, I want to do a Save the Small Business Owner. And boom. I immediately called our marketing person. I said, I want graphics. Here's the date. Now let's push people to it. Okay? Now, Megan, how many people registered for this online? 165 people. Now, that is, Tony, 165 people that I'm bringing in the door. Now, it's okay if they don't come tonight. Because Jack's filming it. We're going to package it up. We're going to put it on YouTube. We're going to break it into little chunks to send out to people. We're going to send it back out to all the people who didn't make it. We're going to send it out to our database of 15,000 people. It's on Facebook Live right now. People are watching it. So let me ask you an event. Mike, am I doing a free event right now? No, I'm doing a marketing event. Everybody see that? That's right. See, here's the deal. If you want to build a business, you got to brand and market your business, folks. You got to let people taste the goods. I don't know how good you are until you show me. Don't matter how good the product or service is. This is a mistake I made for years. I thought you could just be good. And being good, it all work out. Then I'm watching the big time people do it. And when I spoke at 10X, here's the number one thing I learned. All those people were incredible at marketing and branding. You had Damon John, who was incredible at marketing and branding. You had Cardone, who was incredible at marketing and branding. And I'm sitting there watching these dudes, and I'm like, man, they're not any better than me. They're better at marketing than me. They know how to promote. They're showmen. They know how to create buzz and hype and energy, and that's what I'm missing. I'm missing the P.T. Barnum side of this business. Everybody with me? That's what I'm missing. It ain't a talent problem. Okay? So these are events. Okay? Now you see I've got my wife doing it. So now that's our health division of our company. So now we've got a health division. And the first thing I'm telling her, man, you got to do events. I don't care if one person comes or 75 people come. You got to be doing something to get people excited. You got to have something to push them to. It could be 4 people, by the way. Could be a dinner. I had dinner literally with 4 people at that dinner on Saturday night in Jackson Hole, and it was literally worth $20,000 to me, just with 4 people. You don't need lots of people. You just need a few people to get this puppy going. Everybody see that? And then there's an event I'm doing October 1st. All of you are invited. It's down there at the hangar where the jet lives. And I had a thought one day. I'm driving home. I said, man, people giving up on their dreams. They did have big dreams, but they quit on their dreams. They've let COVID just shut their whole life down. Now they don't have dreams anymore. Now they're just trying to figure out how to survive. I want to open people's dreamers up. And there ain't nothing to open your dreamer up and standing in a hangar and seeing these big private jets sitting in there and you sitting in one of those and your mind going, oh man, anything's possible for me. Right or wrong? If a high school basketball coach from Woodbury, Tennessee can do this, you can do it. Everybody see where I'm going? I got to find my special. I got to package my special. I got to sell my special. Okay? And somewhere you're missing one of those 3 things. You don't know what you got, you don't know how to package it, and you don't know how to sell it. Or you don't know how to market it appropriately. So these are just made up events. Dre, where'd I come up with these events at? Just in my mind. Just in my mind, man. I have all these ideas in my mind, and I'm like, when I have an idea, I'm like, we're doing it. Now, do you think that event at the hangar with the private jets will attract some people in? Yes or no? What else are we going to get, E? That's right. Numbers to call. You know what else we're going to get? Facebook footage and Instagram videos. And look at old Coach Burt. He's out there doing something again, right? I want people going, that dude's doing big things, man. That's what I want people saying, okay? I want you are building your perception here. So when you're thinking about this, these are what I call the showcase. The showcase gives me a chance to see how good you are, to taste the goods, okay? Now, people don't underestimate this. I was looking at potentially adding another vehicle to what we have because we have these Range Rovers and they're my business is lease the vehicles we drive. But I can only go to certain mileage on these vehicles, right? And so I told my wife, I'm like, we really need a work vehicle. That way we can drive it here and there. We ain't got to worry about the mileage, that kind of thing. And so I called one of my buddies and I said, hey man, if you got a Denali or an Escalade or something, I don't want a new one, right? I'm interested in this. the number one thing he can do is drive one right over here to the front door and let me get in it. Yes or no? He don't ever need to say, we'll come over and see one at the lot. Okay? I'm telling you, I tried to buy a vehicle from one of these places here, I ain't going to name them, and I could not get them to bring a vehicle over here to me. I'm like, I'm busy. I ain't got time to come to the dealership. Now, I'm telling you, I'm a qualified buyer. Bring me one of them Escalades over here. I may just buy it right on the spot. Oh, we ain't got enough salesmen around here to bring one over to you, Coach. You got to come over here and see it. I'm like, oh, man, bring it over here. Like that was a foreign concept to him. Like if you just bring it over here, I'll get it. And guess what? They never did, and they ended up buying the Range Rovers. They lost 2 sales right there. Isn't that dumb? So my point is that a showcase, yes or no? The showcase is show me what you have. Don't tell me, show me.